Happy Transfer Tuesday, everybody, the day of the week where we take a look at our finances to see if there's any money moves we can make in a positive direction. If you are not new here, a little bit of a rougher time with unemployment. However, we're going to go downstairs into my entryway right now, and I'm going to show you how I'm making this worse for myself. Now, of course, ignore the mess. I am a renter, so my entryway is also storage. But yeah. Day before yesterday, when I was getting ready to go to the gym, I just happened to trip over my own feet, not even a pair of shoes or anything, and just landed on that there radiator cover. And of course, it just crumpled like cardboard from 1970. And I just made it worse. It is... God, I think it is cardboard. What? That's so weird. Anyway, been in this damn apartment over 2 years, and I almost made it out unscathed as far as damages go. And then I go and trip in my infinite gracefulness, and boom, there's a big old hole. And I know those in themselves are not hard to fix. However, like I said, that's insanely old, and I highly doubt I'm going to be able to find that pattern again. Plus, it's like trimmed in with trim work. Oh my God. A repair I'm going to have to pay for before I move out of here. When it rains, it pours, right? That's okay. Let's get into this week's transfers. First of all, I'm sorry, you guys. I was not meaning to be so confusing on the New Hampshire and Massachusetts situation. I'm seeing all of the comments from my February budget video yesterday, and I apologize. I know I talk too much, and so in every video, I don't like to keep explaining that I live in New Hampshire but worked in Mass. So if there are new people to videos and they haven't necessarily heard that, and I just jump into talking about New Hampshire versus Mass unemployment, then I apologize. I didn't properly explain that, but yes, I am a New Hampshire resident who worked, I guess I'm technically employed in Massachusetts, and all of my fieldwork was done in Massachusetts. So therefore, it was State of New Hampshire Unemployment Office telling me that I would be eligible for Massachusetts unemployment or New Hampshire unemployment. I'm not trying to like work the system or anything. Like, that was how it was outlined to me because of my employment situation. So I realize that it probably isn't that common to live in one state and work in another and deal with unemployment in that way, but that is my situation. So I am sorry I was confusing. I was definitely not trying to be. But you guys have a bunch of other questions on that video I want to address as well. But real quick, the transfers from the last week. The first transfer I had came from last Wednesday, on the 24th, I believe. And it was a super thanks from Tracy. And she graciously sent me $9.99 and the super thanks option. Thank you so much, Tracy. I really, really appreciate that very much. And then yesterday, Carol also sent me a $9.99 super thanks, and she said, stay strong. Thank you so much, Carol. I really appreciate you guys. So for super thanks, those get paid out in YouTube Pay on the 21st, 22nd of every month. So I will get that money in my February payout. So that'll come to me then. So thank you guys so much. That is so wonderful during this time. And then this morning, I woke up to a notification from PayPal that Bevelyn Nakado, and I apologize if I'm butchering your name, sent me $150. And they said, hi, Rachel, I've been keeping up with your progress towards achieving financial independence, and I'm truly sorry to hear about your recent job loss. I understand this can be a difficult and emotional time, but I want you to know that you're not alone. Losing a job can be a setback, but can also be an opportunity for growth and new beginnings. Remember, this does not define you or your worth. You have valuable skills and experience that will be appreciated by another employer. Take this time to reevaluate your goals and aspirations and use this as a chance to pursue a career that truly makes you happy. You are inspiring a lot of us. Take care. And like, that makes me so emotional. Wow, all right. I think it's just because I didn't sleep great last night. So I'm sorry. That's, wow. Thank you so much, Bevelyn. That is so nice. All of you. It just, please stop. Again, I think I just didn't sleep great, which I'll talk about in a second. This reaction is just coming from all of your comments because you guys are so amazing. Please note, this is like the compound effect of every nice, supportive comment that you guys have given me during this time. All right, that's ridiculous. Okay. Sorry, this has been very much a roller coaster, so clearly I'm on a little bit of an emotional dip here. I was trying to be positive about this, and ultimately I am. It's okay, but I didn't sleep good, and so the emotions are obviously affecting me a little bit more. And I didn't sleep great because I feel like an idiot about the unemployment situation, and I just feel like I did the wrong thing again. As far as the whole New Hampshire versus Massachusetts thing goes, like, you guys, I super appreciate you guys pointing things out to me, because I don't know how this shit works. And so when it comes to choosing the New Hampshire versus Massachusetts unemployment, as you guys are pointing out, like, I clearly chose wrong, and I didn't know. Like, in what world do I think that the state would friggin' backdate thousands of dollars for multiple weeks of unemployment and just pay that to me? I cannot wrap my head around that at all. And so when the lady from New Hampshire unemployment office called me the second time to double check and make sure that I do want to file with New Hampshire, and she gave me the cost or the benefit difference, and that Massachusetts was going to pay me more than twice the amount weekly than New Hampshire, but with the 6 to 8 backlog, and it was like I had to make that decision. She gave me the option to call her back, but she's like, I just want you to know, like, with Massachusetts, they have a 6 to 8 week backlog, and you can't ever get a hold of them on the phone. And that was the only things that was it as far as the explanation to me. So when I'm on the phone with her trying to make a snap decision of, are you sure you want to go down this route with New Hampshire? Like, I have the state right there, right then and there on the phone talking with me, trying to get my case started and get my benefits started. And so in my hem and haw in the conversation with her, I was like, man, that's such a long time to wait. She's like, yeah, I know. I'm like, what do people do? And like, yeah, it's tough. And in the back and forth and me hemming and hawing, if she had just said, like, yeah, it's a long time to wait, but it's retroactive pay, that of course absolutely would have changed the conversation. And I would have gone the Massachusetts route, because that's way more money, and I would not be going back into my savings like I will be now that I've signed up for New Hampshire. Because even in that conversation with the lady, I was like, God, I hope to not even be still unemployed in 6 to 8 weeks. And she's like, yeah, I understand. And I'm not trying to place the blame on her for not helping me understand that kind of really friggin' important little titty bitty of information about the whole retroactive pay, and that I would get retroactive back pay regardless of how long it took them to process my claim. Like, you don't know what you don't know. And So, like, I really appreciate you guys pointing that out to me, but, like, it's kind of too late at this point. I've already made the choice to go with New Hampshire. So, yeah, like some of you pointed out, it was not the financially smart thing, but given the information that I had during that phone call and the time where I had to make the decision, I did the best I thought I was, or I made the best decision I could based on the info I had. Like, you're working with me right now to get my benefits started right away. Even though it's less money, if I have to wait longer for more pay, again, I was hoping to not still be unemployed in 6 to 8 weeks. And again, like, retroactive back pay is just not something I would ever, in my wildest dreams, think that the state would do for unemployment benefits. I've just never heard that. I've never dealt with unemployment. I've never personally known too many people who've dealt with unemployment, and I've only ever heard them say it's a pain in the neck and it's never enough money. That's it. Like, nothing. So I'm just like frustrated, and so I didn't sleep well because I'm just up all night. Like, how did I not think of that? How am I such an idiot? And I'm not an idiot, I know that. I'm just beating myself up, but it's just frustrating. Nothing I can do about it. I'm not going to make it worse by dwelling on it even any more than I already have. And my frustration and my anger with myself translates in this emotional way. So, like, I'm mad at myself, but also, like, really overwhelmed by all of your amazing supportive comments. So it's like a really good thing and a shitty thing combined, but it's just, this is how all of that gets translated. So I'm sorry, I'm not trying to be like a big ball bag on camera. That's not cool, but here we are. Now let's talk about some of your other questions, because yes, I'm realizing there's other things that I totally left out of the equation when I went through my budget yesterday. So actually, let me make sure I fully addressed this question about the Mass, New Hampshire confusion. If you don't live in Mass, but your employer is based there, there's the real question whether Mass unemployment benefits would apply. Yeah, I assume they would, because New Hampshire unemployment office told me they would. And no, I do not work for a nonprofit. And yes, my rental income I put at 0 because I do expect the unit to be fully vacant through the month of February. The reason I didn't subtract the mortgage as an outgoing expense for the month is because when you have a rental property and you are setting aside a portion of your monthly cash flow, which you should, some of that you want to set aside for vacancy and also repairs and the oh shit moments. But I've been saving every penny of it in its own account. So the mortgage is automatically deducted from that account, and the rent is automatically dumped into it, and I just let it do its own thing in the background. So because I've been saving every penny of the cash flow that I've had coming in from that property, minus the HVAC replacement last year, there's plenty of cushion in its own account to cover the mortgage for quite a long time, probably a couple years, really, if it needed to be. And so I'm not taking that as a subtraction. I'm just letting the rent that came in previous months just cover the house while it's vacant. So that's how I'm looking at it. I'm sorry I didn't explain that. I didn't even think to explain that yesterday. So that's why I'm not having the mortgage as a negative out of my monthly budget. If your rental property is empty, will you have to pay that mortgage too? Yeah, so covered that one. And there are also more items I can trim from my budget if time goes on and I'm still not getting a job. I'm still not asked to come back by my current employer. Like the gym and Netflix, I will absolutely axe those if and when the time comes. But for right now, like, we're okay. I'm keeping them because the gym is just mental health for me. Let's call that one what it is. That's a mental health item. But yeah, Netflix, a bit of fluff. But again, we're not there yet. But yes, those will be the first items to get axed if needed. A question about the monthly interest that my savings accounts are growing. So, yes, my student loan savings this month should gain me about $130 in the month of January. And so, where are we? I did not add that to the February income. I'm going to try my best not to dip into my student loan savings whatsoever during this time. I would much rather pull from my real estate stuff just because that's, I don't know, that feels right for me. I have no idea why. It's like the damn student loan savings is like the Achilles heel of my adult life. So like I don't want to dip into that. And I also would like to have its own monthly account interest accrual just continuing to add to the savings. So I'm not counting that as an income or to help me with this February deficit for now. Again, everything is for now. I'm just trying to operate on the here and now, taking it 1 month at a time. And certainly this is one of those things I didn't really think about, but in every month leading up until now, I've just let that monthly interest accrual add to the balance, and I will continue to do that again until I get to the oh shit spot, and I'm just nowhere near that yet, so I'm just not counting that as a February income either. I'm just gonna let that do what it does, and I'll update you guys on that balance when that gets dumped in there as well. Same with YouTube Pay. The YouTube Pay for January, I just let that add to the student loan savings balance as well, because I'm okay to continue to let that happen for now. Again, any savings I have to pull from, I'll pull not from student loans. Not yet. I'm not there yet. Student loans, oh God. Yeah. So I'm not trying to make these Transfer Tuesday videos so blabby, so I will shut up now, but just thank you from the bottom of my heart for all of your kind comments. They do mean so much to me, and it's been so nice and comforting, and I really feel supported during this time. You guys are so wonderful. Like, I'm sorry, I didn't mean for emotions to happen today, but I'm just tired, and I'm just going through the emotional roller coaster of this situation, and you never know what's gonna hit me, and things are just gonna fall out of my face. So thanks for bearing with me through that. No one get concerned. I'm fine. My mental health is fine. It's just I'm just tired, and I will not lay up all night tonight kicking myself for doing the wrong thing when it came to the unemployment situation. Let's just chalk it up to another lesson learned that Rachel can share for the rest of the world, and hope that maybe this helps one person in the future who deals with this kind of situation. Much like my student loan situation, I'm just here for the please learn from my mistakes kind of shit. So that was the whole point of my entire channel anyway, is certainly please learn from my student loan mistakes. So here's another mistake I can share. Again, if it helps one person, worth sharing. So many other people have first-hand knowledge with so many things that I'm just now dealing with for the first time. And that's the case with everybody, right? Or anything. And so I always appreciate feedback and other perspectives and insights that I can't see because I haven't dealt with it, or I'm like too close to the situation or whatever. I appreciate it all infinitely. Positive, negative feedback, it doesn't matter. I'm here for it. I'm here for the learning experience, and I'm just trying to muddle my way through adult finances. Enough about all of that. Thank you all so much for your enthusiastic comments about the pantry challenge as well. Let's move on to something happier. Thank you for continuing to be here and listen and hold my hand through this shitty situation. Because it is appreciated. I hope you guys know that. Thank you. I will see you very soon.